Hello. Ayan. Okay. Sige, let's continue. Ah, tama ba? Okay. So again, this will be your ebook ha. Yung kay Kloppenberg, Anatatmula and Wells, no? Contemporary project management. Now, for the ice, wait lang. Bakit ito yung ice na natin? Oh, mali. Chapter 2. Chapter 2. Wait lang, isa, sorry. Nangyari. Ito, oh. Okay, sige. So for chapter 1, introduction to project management. So for the first question, no, as an icebreaker, what do you think PM or project management means? So guys, any idea kung ano ang PM? So pwede naman dito guys, no, you can volunteer, no, para for you, ano ba yung PM? So let's say for example, no, you have here your picture na example natin. So it shows here na may mountain climbing. Diba sa mountain climbing, meron tayong goal. Ano ba yung goal natin sa mountain climbing? To reach the top. Now, to reach the top, hindi naman siya yung tipong si Doraemon ka lang, ilalabas mo yung pinto, tapos papasok ka lang, nandun ka na sa top. Hindi siya gano'n. Remember that in mountain climbing, when you reach the top, you will go through a lot of obstacles. Yung path, di ba? And in those paths, for sure may mga points yan that will help you or guide you in your journey going towards top. So, pwede natin ito gawing example din sa inyong senior high. So, tingin nyo, ano yung sinabi ng teacher nyo na project nyo during senior high na marirelate natin sa project management? Meron to. At gagawin nyo to. O yung iba sa inyo ginagawa na to ngayon or in the next semester. Example would be, actually, hindi na rin ko tama yung research. Bakit? Actually, ang research is a project. Bakit? Kasi it goes through a phase up until completion. So, di ba remember, yung each phase, kailangan mong kompletuhin kasi hindi ka pwedeng mag-skip eh. So, in research, di ba, before you can have your recommendation, mag-start ka muna sa una, chapter 1, intro. Then, kasi yung chapter 1, yun yung magko-concretize ng problems, yung objective ng study mo. Then, yung chapter 2 will be more of supporting kung ano man yung nakasulat doon sa intro. And then, yung 3 yung magiging methodology nyo. So, remember na each chapter, requisite siya sa susunod na, or prerequisite siya sa susunod na mga chapters. So, just like with rock climbing or mountain climbing, before mo syempre ma-reach yung top, kailangan mo pagdaanan lahat ng paths, ng obstacles, and whatever, pwedeng points. Kasi yung mga points na yun, that will tell you your milestones. So that is very important pagdating sa project management. And, yun. Any questions sa icebreaker? At least may pagka-icebreaker siya. I don't know kung icebreaker talaga siya. Parang feeling ko inantok kayo. Okay. For the next one will be, what will be the topics covered in this chapter? So again, the book is as good kung ano man yung content niya kasi align naman siya sa ating syllabus. So first things first, we need to define what is a project and together what is project management. And after that, we need to know a brief history of project management. Sa book kasi, there is a brief discussion na siya ay actually nag-start during 1950s or the Industrial Revolution. But to tell you honestly, yung project talaga nagsimula pa even during ancient times like yung nag-build yung anong tawag doon yung Great Wall of China and also as well yung pag-build ng pyramid by the Egyptians. So yun, dun pa lang may pyramid. Later i-explain ko kung bakit. Next, eto most likely sa mga next nating meetings will be yung how can project work be described. So in here we'll be describing project work, what are its attributes. Next will be understanding more of projects or to appreciate it more. Okay? Then we have here, ito, lagi yung ma-encounter to, mga project roles. Lalo na if you're going to audit a project, most likely ang auditor involved yan. In each phase or milestones in the projects, ino-audit yan. Just to make sure na tama ba na na-achieve natin yung milestone or ng project yung milestone. Meron bang risk na involved? Meron bang na-overlook dun sa project or milestone na ginagawa? Okay, so very crucial din yung role natin. Somehow, isa rin tayo sa mga tinitignan ng project team or yung parang nire-rely upon ng team to check the quality of the projects. Okay, next we'll be discussing everything about not really everything, somehow some topics from PMBOK Guide 7th edition or Project Management Book of Knowledge. So dito natin matutunan yung the 12 principles of project management. So yun, i-discuss din natin yun. Then we have here also, ito na, no? Ito yung sinasabi ko, agile introduction. Ito pang later weeks pa to, pero ito i-introduce na natin. Pero the thought of it or overview lang naman. Okay? Now, before we start with the discussion, let's have a quote from Michael Obrokta. He's the founder of Zozer Incorporated and a former project manager or former senior project manager of the CIA or Central Intelligence Unit. And he mentions this quote in pertaining to the element of discipline. Sabi niya dito, a key to success in project management as well as in mountain climbing and also siguro sa research i-relate natin to is to identify the pillars that will be practiced with discipline. So that's the thing with doing things, no? If you have the discipline, if you know what you're doing, most likely that will serve as a pillar for you to move forward to what you are doing. So the same goes with the projects. Okay, and he mentioned that I believe that the project management is about applying common sense with uncommon discipline. So meaning guys, the good thing kasi with the discipline that we're having with kasi we are given the idea naman. It's up to us on how we will use those discipline in some areas na kakailanganin in our journey. Just like with project management, it's really an uncommon discipline. Kasi bakit? Projects are unique. Okay? Unlike with management, alam na natin kung paano galaw ng finance, alam na natin paano galaw ng operation somehow, alam na natin paano galaw ng HR, ng IT. But with project management, very dynamic yan. It will depend ano ba yung project, ano ba yung goal na kailangan nating ma-achieve dito sa project na to. Okay? So that's why highly dapat talaga or dapat in terms of level of common sense, dapat mataas tayo in dealing with this kind of task or yung project management itself kasi it's an uncommon discipline talaga. So tingnan nyo, di ba? Nagkaroon kayo ng dedicated subject na project management. Okay? Now, for the core objectives, you have first, later, no? I-ano naman natin to, i-discuss natin. Siguro yung first two lang, ang haba nito. 1.1 or 1-1, define a project and project management in your own words. So later magtatanong ako, baka may mga masabi ko din pag dudugtugtungin natin. Tingnan natin kung makakabuo tayo ng definition of project based from the terms that we'll be giving using characteristics that are common to most projects. So may binigyan ng example, doon pala magkaka-idea na kayo anong mga words na pwede nating associate sa project. Then 1-2, describe major activities and deliverables at each project lifecycle. So later we'll have somehow at high level, what are the common tawag dito, activities or process sa project lifecycle. Then 1-3, list and define 12 principles and the 8 performance domains of project management body of knowledge. Ito yung sinasabi natin PMBOK. Okay, so di-discuss natin 12 principles. Then of course, we need to somehow know or delineate measures of project success and even project failure so that as auditors, we know what are the parang somehow red flags and green flags of a project. Meaning, if these are the indicators, these are green flags or project success. If these are red flags or red flags, ibig sabihin, these are indicators of project failures possibly. Okay? Next, 1-5, identify project roles and distinguish key responsibilities for project team members. So, yun, didiscuss din natin yung mga role. Most likely, ang madidiscuss natin dito ay yung kay project manager. Kasi, yung project team members, iba-iba talaga, kada project. Depende kung ano talaga yung wino-work nilang project. Let's say, for example, IT project. Ang IT project, developers, systems analyst, IT librarian, everything else, yon yung team members na yun, that would somehow be expected from an IT project. What if the project would pertain to a construction of a building? Would you expect na may developer ba na present doon? Most likely, wala. Sino-sino yung mga nandoon? Most likely, foreman, carpenter, plumber, etc. Or laborers of, building that building. Okay? Now, for the Agile objective, since we're going to deal with the an introduction to Agile, we need to define the 12 Agile principles and 4 Agile values from the Agile Manifesto. So, yan, i-explain din natin yan, no? Or i-define natin yan. Then 1-7 describe when and why Agile is sometimes a more useful approach than the traditional. Kasi the traditional type of project management, linear lang siya. Ngayon, the thing with the Agile approach, hindi siya linear, hindi siya static. Kung may ganon, so anong kabaliktaran na static, 'di ba? Or ng linear. It's more of what? Dynamic siya. Flexible siya. So kunwari, yung project may plan na talaga nangyari, na-execute na, may completion na. Ang problema, may bago na namang lumabas na dapat i-consider sa planning, babalik ulit sa planning. Tapos so, syempre, i-ano na lang natin, no? Ayusin na lang ng dapat ng team. Yung dapat nilang ayusin with regard to that change in plans. Okay? So, pwedeng mag-tweak. Okay? So, that is agile approach. Also, with 1-8, we need to briefly define and describe be agile and do agile. So, di-define natin. Isa more of a mindset, isa it's more of an execution. Okay? And the last one, 1-9, describe the 4 agile metrics for success. So, how do we define success in an agile project management? So, through the areas of viability and value, predictability, quality, and even happiness. Okay? Happiness, no? Parang kakaiba. So, meaning, in other words, when we talk about happiness, more satisfaction of the stakeholders. Okay? Okay tayo? So far? Okay, now, the question is, what is a project? Anyone who would like to volunteer? Oh, ano ba ang meron sa project? Kasi pwede natin siya compare sa normal operations of a company, di ba? Kasi pag titingnan mo kasi din yung project, by its definition, at hindi pa natin dinidiscuss, parang same lang siya with operation. The thing with project, may distinguishing factor siya or qualifier, making it really project rather than being part of operations. Di ba pag operations, recurring, paulit-ulit lang, tuloy-tuloy. Eh ano yung project? Di ba research project nyo? Malamang project. So ano yung nagpapadistinguish sa kanya na siya ay hindi normally laging mangyayari? Parang ganito, sa araw-araw na buhay natin, lagi tayong gumigising. So recurring siya, natutulog, nagigising, natutulog, nagigising, except pag natingko ka na. Okay? Tama ba? So ano yung daily activity na masasabi nating project? Example nito would be, nagpa-braces ka. Hindi naman every now and then lagi kang magpapa-braces, no? So ano kaya yung distinguishing factor doon sa nagpapa-braces ka na project siya, hindi siya yung araw-araw mong ginagawa? Alam niyo 'to? Anyone? Yes. Ayun, actually yun. Actually may schedule, may start at may end, may beginning at end, yun lang talaga yun. When we talk about project, para siyang related sa operation. So, it's a set of detailed activities that needs to be done in order to achieve a goal within a specified period or time period. O kaya, sariling definition ko yun. Pero yun din talaga yung definition ng project in essence. Set of detailed tasks that you need to done in order to achieve a goal or objective. A qualifier natin in a specified period of time or specific period of time. Kasi ang project may start at end. Unlike with operations, kasi parang ganun din yung definition ng operations or whatever discipline sa management. No? In terms of execution, kailangan mo gawin yung mga tasks to achieve a goal. If that is the case, no, at walang sinabi na specific time period, most likely ang assumption natin, routinary siya. Operation talaga siya. Naintindihan? Eh di ba lagi naman talaga nagpo-produce ng, kunwari, you are manufacturing a chair. Lagi naman ikaw magmamanufacture ng chair hanggat may customer. Di ba? Lalo na pagkain or sabon. Sa Pilipinas, iba ilang beses naliligo ang Pilipino? 3. Hindi mauubusan talaga I mean, yung demand for the soap will not really diminish or go down. At least kahit papaano at minimum constant. Pero imposible dumadami ang tao. Naintindihan? Ganon. Now, before we go, we dig deeper sa definition ng project, kasi later i-define na natin formally, kailangan muna natin malaman. Pera pala. Okay. Saan ba nanggagaling ang project? It is usually triggered by what? Change. Doon naman lagi eh. For example, no, on a general sense research project. Di ba sabi natin ng research project, saan siya nanggagaling? Problem. Di ba doon naman talaga nanggagaling? Problem statement. To tell you, yung problem statement yan is, may mas generic na term dyan, is actually change. Kunwari, di ba, sa research, pag may pagbabago, may change, bago siya. It's a new phenomena. Di ba yung mga word natin sa research, may mga phenomena or new phenomena or change, sa anything na parang first time na encounter, mas maganda siya maging research focus. So yun yung gagawan mo ng research. So that's why you need to go through a research project. So just like in business naman, or in the business context, ang nagtitrigger sa research, ang nagtitrigger sa project management is what? Change. So ano yung mga examples sa change? So guys, this is not an exhaustive list. These are examples lang naman. Example, improving an existing work process. Ang example ito, ang old system natin manual pang ginagawa. Ngayon gusto ng company na gawing automated. Yung mismong automation yan, before talaga natin ma-implement yung automation, it shall go through a rigorous process ng project management or what we call IT project. Hindi siya basta-basta. Unless guys available or readily available na yung software over the counter, install lang. No-brainer yun. Hindi mo kailangan ng project management. Ang sinasabi nating project management kapag gagawa ng mismong or magde-develop ng sariling software yung company kasi madugo yun. Okay? Next, pwedeng change is manggaling from the constructing a building. So bakit magko-construct ng building? Pwedeng nag-expand ng location ng company. Kasi kunwari, yung company nag-start lang ng small, 7 lang sila. Then eventually nag-expand, gumanda yung demand, naging 200. Tingin nyo, dati 7 ang kasya dito, 200 na ngayon. Di ba sardinas na ang itsura ng room? So to cater that change in the manpower, so yung company nag-decide na mag-build na ng, pag-construct na ng building. Okay? So yung pag-construct pa lang ng building, it's already we shall facilitate it through project management. Okay? Pwede rin yung change would come from installing a new computer system, which is yung example natin would relate to number 1. Diba? From manual, ginawa nating automated. Okay, so I think okay na yun. Okay, yung number 4, ito, medyo kailangan ko explain to, would be merging with another company. Kunwari isang company, gusto niyang i-acquire yung isa pang company. So, naging subsidiary. The thing with acquiring business kasi, madali siyang pakinggan at costly siya talaga, is mahirap yung transition yan doon sa piniling company. Kasi bakit? They are two entities. They have different culture, they have different environment. What if yung in-acquire na company, no, yung subsidiary, iba yung kanilang culture, leadership style, and management or organizational dynamics? Okay? Example, PNG in-acquire ang isang luma ng company, construction company, owned by boomers. And alam natin, pag boomers ang may-ari, resistant yan sa change, ayaw niya ng pagbabago. I mean, based from my experience, totoo yun ha. Ayaw nga nila mag-bank transfer eh. Gusto nila cheque pa rin. Ako nag-try ako mag-recommend na mag-bank transfer para less na yung hassle sa pupunta ka pa ng bangko. I mean, magpiprint ka pa, pupunta ka pa ng bangko and everything else. Kasi we want it na sana efficient. Pero ayaw ng owner, who is a e-boomer. So wala kami nagawa. Okay? Ngayon, imagine niyo, binili yung company na yon. Sinong masusunod? Yung owner ng malita company o yung owner nung bumili nung company na yun? Of course, yung latter, yung bumili nung company na yon. So there will be somehow a friction na mangyari because of such change in the management dun sa baba. So in order to have a smooth transition of change in the management, the culture, everything else, leadership style, organizational dynamics, kailangan ng project management. In the management sense, we call it organizational development. That's another subject. Siguro pag nag-master kayo, maintindihan niyo tong sinasabi ko, no? Kasi yung mahirap kasi diyan yung challenging yung pag-change mo ng culture at ng environment. Okay? Next, number 5, moving to a new location. Example nito, kunwari yung company dati hindi naman talaga lumilindol yung location niya. Example, Cebu City. 'Di ba? Next na discover na meron palang fault line doon. At ang company gustong umalis na doon. At dahil doon, lumipat sila ng Palawan. So that is a change. Yung pag-move into a new location, that somehow should be facilitated through project management. Okay? Clear naman yung examples ko. Naintindihan pa naman ako. Okay? Number 6, sa example nito, developing a new product or service. Example nito, dati pa nag-shop ka, ang choice mo lang noon before pandemic is pag-mall. Pero closer to pandemic, nagkaroon ng Shopee and Lazada, tama ba? Pero hindi pa siya sobrang tinatangkilik, sobra-sobra. Because of pandemic, that's where opportunity came for Lazada and Shopee. As in, marami nag-order. Ano nangyari sa SM? Temporary nag-close. Ngayon, nung unti-unti na, di ba, nagkaroon ng ng parang unti-unti nang bumabalik sa normal yung dati. Nagkaroon ng struggle ng SM. Yung sales nila still parang too low dahil nga kinain ng Lazada and Shopee. So ginawa nila, though too late na, they also adopted yung process ng Lazada and Shopee. Yun nga lang hindi sila gumamit ng app. I don't know kung narinig yung yung click to shop ba yun or call to shop, something na para activity ng SM. So ang mangyayari or ang system, tatawag yung customer through Viber or pwedeng i-message lang. Tapos mag-order siya. Tapos ang gagawin ng sales representative ng SM or yung salesman, may hawak siyang phone, ipipicture or i-videohan yung item. Ngayon kung okay siya, pwedeng i-deliver or pwedeng i-redeem through the shop. Yun nga lang, of course, it will take time. Unlike with Lazada and Shopee, very easy lang mag-shop. Yun na yun. Kung ano yung nakita mo sa photo, pwede mo nang i-add to cart or bilhin agad outright. Yun nga lang, tingnan mo yung reviews, syempre. Minsan, iba yung sa picture, iba yung nakukuha ng mga naka-order na before. Okay? Okay? Okay, number 7, entering a new market. Example nito, kunwari, nagbebenta ka ng item sa mass market. Let's say, for example, tuyo. When you want to cater or to enter into a new market, meaning you want to sell a product to an affluent market or yung mga pangmayaman. So instead of selling tuyo sa mayayaman, you sell caviar. Lang. Okay? Naintindihan? So, hindi siya common na market na binebentahan mo. Since nagbago ka ng market or you have somehow a change in your strategic direction, binago mo eh. So, yung mismong change na yon, kailangan ng facilitation ng project management in order to happen that. In order for that to happen, rather. Kasi, syempre, kailangan tingnan ng project management, possible ba? So, kailangan mo mag-market research. By the way, ang market research and business plan are also project management. For sure, iba sa inyo nakapag strategic business analysis na, di ba? Nag-business plan kayo. Yun, project management yung ginawa nyo actually. Okay? So that's why, sabi dito, these changes are driven by its strategic plan direction. Most likely yung change na to, nangyari yan because of some decisions made in the strategic level. Nagbago ng focus, nagbago ng direction, everything else. Okay? And this change in strategic direction or strategic plan direction are best planned and managed as projects. Okay? Usually sa strategic level, pag may mga changes, para ma-execute yung mismong change na yon, mas maganda gamitin mo ang projects or ang project management discipline to facilitate or in order for that change to happen. Pero of course, sabi natin, hindi naman siya lagi nangyari sa strategic level. Meron din at the operational level. So, pwede rin due to operational necessity. Example nito, no? Yung sinabi ko example na wala nang choice talaga yung company na gawin pa rin yung manual. Maganda pa rin mag-automate. So yun, from manual to automate, there's an operational necessity to shift from the former to the latter. So yung change na yon will also best facilitated by the project management. Clear tayo? Somehow? Okay, next. Ayan na, no? First topic, what is a project? So ayan, no? May mga na-mention naman tayo kanina, no? Tingnan natin, no? Sabi dito, projects require, tingnan yung third bullet. Ayan, a defined beginning and ending. Guys, walang ano ha, walang project na walang ending. Lahat nag-e-end. Kasi kung walang hangganan yan, part siya ng operations possibly. And sabi natin sa first bullet, project requires also an organized set of work efforts. Talagang organized set of work efforts kasi tingnan nyo rin yung fourth bullet. Kasi it also requires a unique combination of stakeholder. Meaning, yung mga stakeholder or yung mga people involved within the project team, they have their own set of skills that can contribute in making the project really happen and of course to be completed. Ngayon, in order to complete that, yung skills, yung knowledge, no, gagamitin nila yon, no, i-convert nila into a work effort for them to finish each phase of the project. That's why yung sinasabi nating task and effort within the project are what progressively elaborated in detail or masyado siyang madetalye talaga. Okay? Kaya nga that's why we need to use some tools in order for us to organize this overwhelming details of work. Okay? Now, sabi natin sa dulo, diba, it requires a unique combination of stakeholders. Ngayon ang tanong, who are the stakeholders we are referring to, no? It could be an individual or an organization. Pwedeng sila yung nakaka-affect sa project or pwede sila yung directly affected or pwede din naman in terms of perception, pwede silang affected. Okay, so basahin ko, no? Stakeholder is an individual or an organization who may affect. So sila yung nakaka-affect sa project. Example nito would be usually external stakeholder, mga regulators, okay? Mga creditors. Kasi they put somehow pressure sa company. That's why resulting to such project. Na kunwari, si BIR, may bago silang regulation na instead of writing the invoices in writing, ni-require na by the end of the year na dapat mag-print na ng digital copies or mag-provide ng digital copies. So that is now a requirement. And if that is the case, kailangan ng automation. And automation usually involves IT. And kapag ganun, usually may project management na involved. Kikita nyo, yung external stakeholders, they can also affect the company or they can somehow affect the project itself. Okay? Next. Pwede naman na yung project mismo yung nakaka-affect sa tao. Yun, yung pangalawa, be affected by. Example, kung may bagong regulation si BIR, affected si project, tapos yung internal stakeholders will also be affected. No? Sabi natin, may taong manually nagsusulat ng invoice. Dahil sa bagong regulation ni BIR, maapektuhan din siya. Pwedeng matanggal yung tao na yun. Kasi bakit? Kasi pwede na ngayon magkaroon ng system that will automatically generate digital copy of invoices. Naintindihan nyo? So yun, ganun siya. Pwede din naman dito, or perceive itself to be affected by a decision, activity, or outcome of a project. Example nito, hindi na siya i-relate natin kay BAR. More perception siya. Naalala niyo yung ano, ewan kung napanood niyo yung kay KMJS, yung about yung wet market sa Baguio. Ang nangyari kasi, yung si SM no, yung example natin ulit, sorry. Wala naman ako anything about SM, no? Si SM, gusto nila or pinropose nila sa government ng Baguio to construct a building doon sa wet market. As in talagang papalitan siya. Ngayon, of course, sino yung affected? In terms of perception, yung mga o pwedeng customers, pwede rin yung mga sellers. Kasi ang siste, 'pag natuyo na yung building doon, magkakaroon pa rin ng pwesto yung sellers pero maliit. As in parang naano sila na itsapwera. At the same time, ang taas ng rentals. Kawawa nga naman ang kabuhayan nila. So in terms of perception, hindi pa siya nangyayari. Yung community na yung iniisip. So yun, somehow yung community maapektuhan siya. In terms of perception. Kaya, by the way guys, sa mga tama ba ba? Sa mga probinsya, no, kapag magtatayo ka ng building, hindi siya basta-basta. May permit yan. And usually, pag may involved na community, lalo na if it will really harm the community, pwedeng environment, pwedeng in terms of livelihood, kailangan ng clearance sa kanila before you can be awarded a permit. Okay? So, yun. So, yun, perception pa lang yun. Pero kasi sa SM, parang nag-go na yung project eh. Hinihingi lang nila talaga yung community. Eventually, na-KMJS sila. Nung na-KMJS, exposed kasi yung plano nila. They now in a bad light na hurt yung reputation nila. Anong nangyari? Inatras nila yung project. Okay? So, yun. Next-explain ko lang yung definition of stakeholder in the context of our discussion, yung project management. Okay? Next, when we talk about project again, based sa PMBOK Guide 7th edition, iba na mention naman natin to, ay project, since project has a beginning and end, so it's a what? Temporary endeavor. Kasi kung permanent endeavor niyan, hindi na yan project. Okay? Kahit sabihin natin na 5 years ang project, temporary endeavor pa rin yun. Hindi naman siya forever. Okay? A temporary endeavor undertaken to create a product, service, or pwede nating sabihin, more generic term, result. Kasi ang project, guys, laging meron yung result. Either product or service, pwede ring intangible or intangible. Okay? So, since we have discussed that projects has start and an end, so ngayon ang tanong, dun tayo sa first part, no? Why projects are started? There are reasons, no? Una, yung market demand. So yung market demand, dahil sa demand ng market, biniliktad ko lang, no? Example nito would be, di ba nagkakaroon na tayo ngayon ng shortages sa gasoline? For sure may ano yan, may shortage na tayo. Nauubusan na tayo ng deposit sa Saudi. So ngayon, as an alternative, dahil sa market demand, mataas ang demand sa gasoline, kaso yung supply delikado, as an alternative, ano yung pwede natin gawing alternative doon? Magkaroon ng electric vehicle or hybrid. Or pwede ring, alternative yun kasi, no? Pwede ring mag-produce ng more efficient fuel. Or pwede ring mag-create ng cars na efficient mag-consume ng gas. So those are the problems or changes na pwede nating address through project management. So yun, that's why projects are started. Okay, it depends on the market demand. Kasi ang market demand pwedeng mataas pa rin consumption of or use of cars through the use of gasoline. So mag-stick tayo doon. Gasoline pa rin yung gusto ng car. Okay? So para ma-save yung remaining deposits ng gas, pwedeng mag-create ng cars that will efficiently consume gasoline. So that's market demand. Next will be a strategic opportunity or business need. Okay, example nito would be yung mga companies ngayon, they see the promise of artificial intelligence. Kasi kapag may artificial intelligence ang company, usually nakasave ng cost. 'Di ba yung mga dating ginagawa ng pangmatagalan, yung research project na ginagawa mo ng 3 months, pwede mong gawin ng 1 day na lang. Okay? Through AI. Okay, so that's why through that the company can somehow leverage that opportunity to have an AI para ma-increase yung revenues at yung net income. Kasi for sure yung cost medyo bababa yan kasi may mga babayaran tayo na baka mas mababa na in terms of labor. Yun nga lang of course yun yung nakakalungkot na part pagdating sa AI. Talagang somehow affected yung labor workforce natin or labor force natin. Pero okay mag-alala, ang mga accountant at auditor, di yan mawawala yung ano na yan, ng role na yan. Mas ma-highlight pa yung role natin. Mas nabibigyan natin yung importance yung mga areas sa audit rather than magpo-perform ka ng 100 test of evidence. Kung pwede mo naman pagawa kay AI, di good. Okay? So, yun, strategic opportunity yung AI. Next, pwede rin because of customer request. Example nito, kunwari nag-request yung community na linisin ang Pasig River kasi may isang company na excrete ng waste doon sa Pasig River. So, somehow pressure yan sa stakeholder, no? Community. Which is nabanggit na natin kanina. Next, technological advance. No, example nito would be example nito yung kanina, no? Parang nabanggit ko siya sa market demand, hindi pala siya doon. Yung the use of electric vehicles or hybrid. Kasi in terms of fuel efficiency, mas fuel efficient talaga ang mga hybrid. Pag electric naman, hindi siya efficient sa gas. Wala talagang use of gas. Mas makakasave ka pa ng in terms of cost kasi mas mura ang full electric vehicle actually. Okay? Next, ito wala tayong magagawa dito sa sa isang item na to. Regulatory or legal requirement. Example na natin kay BIR. Yung walang choice ang mga company kundi mag-transition from manually writing in the service invoice to what? Digitally producing it through the software. So yun, wala tayong choice. We need to comply. That is illegal or regulatory requirement. Now, we go to why projects end. Kanina start. Ito bakit naman nag-end? Of course, apparently, una, mag-end siya kapag na-meet na natin yung objectives. Pwede bang hindi natin ma-meet yung objective at mag-end yung project? Yes. Yun yung pangalawa. Objectives will not or cannot meet. Okay? And related yung third and fourth dito. Example, the need for the project no longer exists. Example nito, no? May isa akong in-audit before yung IT project sa isa kong company. Relevant siya way back. Ngayon, nalaman ko, wala na ako sa company. After 5 years, hindi na siya relevant. Alam niyo kung anong ginawa? Yung project, inenda nila without the desired result or without achieving the desired result. Bakit? Hindi na kasi relevant yung mismong project. Kasi 5 years ago na yun, ngayon, kahit matapos natin yung project, wala nang essence kasi ang dami na nagbago sa technology. Hindi na siya relevant. So that's why we can end the project. And by the way, ang nag-end ng project is actually the client. So yun yung fourth bullet. The client wishes to terminate. Bakit nila in-end? Aside from not being relevant, katakot-takot ng cost yung kanilang na-incur. I think billion na. In terms of cost-benefit analysis, wala na. Talo na ang benefit as compared to the cost. Okay? Naintindihan? So these are the reasons why projects end. Okay. Now we go to the definition of project management. So yung project management naman, we still use the definition of project, no? Sabi natin a project is sabi natin sa una kong definition, it's a set of detailed task that needs to be done within a specific or specified period of time or a temporary endeavor undertaken to achieve to produce, to undertaken to attain an objective, pwedeng product o makapag-result to a product or service, something to that effect. Okay, pag titingnan natin, ang project management is just applying the management principles that we learned from our previous subjects. Okay, so yung, di ba naalala yung mga management principle na what are the phases in project, in the management principle, di ba 5 yun? POS-DC, planning, organizing, staffing, directing, and controlling. Apply lang natin sa project. So that is project management. Di rin mawawala yung mga different kinds of principle relating to management by objective, management by example, span of control. Di ba naalala nyo pa siya? Yung mga ganon. Okay? So define lang natin. When we talk about project management, it is the application of knowledge. Yung knowledge na yan, yung natutunan din natin sa undergrad, pwede yan yung management principles. Even the skills that we were able to acquire, pwedeng through internship or pwedeng past experience. Pwede rin naman yung mga tools and techniques. Yung tools and techniques, di-discuss natin, example nito would be Gantt chart, PERT, CPM na ginagamit in a construction of a building. Pwede rin natin gamitin yung mga tools na yan sa ating IT projects or whatever projects na meron sa business. Okay? To what? To the project activities in order to meet the project objectives or to meet the desired output or result. Okay? So basically, you just apply the management principle to project. So that's project management. And tingnan nyo, sabi dito, the PM work process include 5. So may 5 steps or process tayo. At pag titingnan nyo, di ba, nabanggit ko yung the phases of management, di ba? Post-DC, planning, organizing, directing, staffing, controlling. Nandito rin yan. It also follows yung concept sa management phases. Ang pinagkaiba lang pagdating sa project management, merong initiation. So when we talk about initiation, remember ang project or ang project management, darating lang yan kapag may change or may nag-trigger. Actually, ito yun, yung initiation. Sa initiation kasi, hindi natin malaman bakit siya nag-trigger. Does it make sense ba? Tapos, ang tanong, kung talagang kailangan gawin yung activity na yun, yung project na yun, ang tanong, feasible ba? Or possible ba? Diba parang business plan? Yun yung ginagawa natin sa business plan, yung feasibility study. So, kung feasible siya, doon na tayo sa next phase, planning. Sa planning, you just lay down all the activities that you will be doing. And kapag ginawa mo na siya, doon na siya sa executing or execution. Ang gagawa nito is actually the project team. Yung planning, it's more of the project manager and some stakeholders na required na nasa meeting, no, para ma-specify nila yung needs and wants nila. Ngayon sa execution, kasama na yung team, actually, yung buong team in doing the task within the project team. Ngayon, in other books, no, yung execution, pati yung monitoring and controlling, iisa lang yan. But in this book, pinaghiwalay nila. Kasi pwedeng yung execution, minomonitor mo at kinokontrol mo at the same time. Dito, para mas maganda, pinaghiwalay nila. Kasi baka nung na-execute mo, meron pang mga miss-outs or mga no-overlook. So that's why it's very important to have a monitoring or controlling. So once the desired result ay nakuha na, so okay naman na, so ibig sabihin, na-achieve naman natin, that's the time the next phase will come in, no? Closing. So that's the last. Okay? So ito yung phases sa project management life cycle. Okay. Now, the last one, for now, ito. Bigyan ko kayo ng a brief history of project management. So sabi natin, sa book kasi sinasabi dito, it emerged as a formal discipline in the 1950s or during Industrial Revolution. But again, way back before, during ancient times, nandun na talaga yung concept ng project management, but not as formal as compared as now. Example nito again, yung Great Wall of China, ulitin ko, no? Pyramid na ginawa ng Egyptian. Yung paggawa ng mga structure na yun or yung pag-construct ng mga structure na yun, it involves a lot of resources like people, time, even resources such as materials. Ang kagandahan lang during that time, wala pa silang kino-consider na parang what we call scarcity. Kasi sky is the limit. Ito nyo, tayo lang sila ng tayo ng pyramid. Yung Great Wall of China, hanggat merong tingin ng China, may sasakop sa kanila, magtatayo sila ng Great Wall of China. Ngayon, meron tayong dapat i-consider what we call scarcity. So, if we have scarcity, dapat mag-work lang tayo on that limitation. So, that's why ang project merong start at merong end. Hindi siya sky is the limit. Okay? And sabi dito sa second bullet, it was developed for aerospace and event construction. So yung aerospace example to yung NASA, 'di ba? Yung noong 1950s or 60s, 'di ba? Nagta-trial and error sila sa pag-launch ng space shuttle. And laging may failure, 'di ba? Nga lang it has nagkaroon siya ng risk kasi may mga nagkaroon ng loss of lives during that time. Pero nung successfully na-launch yung space shuttle, nag-okay naman. Tuloy-tuloy. Yung pag-create ng mismong space shuttle before it was successful, it is facilitated through project management. The same goes with the construction. Diba sa construction ancient times unlimited, ngayon hindi. You need to work on a budget. Diba sa government, yung flood control project, may budget yun. Okay? No comment. Okay. Third bullet. It involved determining and controlling project schedule. So ito na yun, no? Nababanggit ko na yung scarcity. So kung may scarcity tayo ng mga resources, time and effort and all, kailangan nating properly schedule to. Dapat gagamit tayo ng mga PM or project management tools, yung Gantt chart, CPM, PERT, etc. So that we can control the project. We can save costs, we can save time, we can save resources because of limitation or scarcity. Okay, now, in here, sabi dito, ito na-introduce na yung Agile when into 2000 because of the advancement in technology. Nandiyan na kasi nauso yung mga software. So, kailangan talagang, alam mo pa, nag-install ka kasi ng software dahil volatile ang technology. Nagbabago-bago. The project team should respond to that immediately. So that's why in Agile, kahit man nasa kalagitnaan ng project, babalik sila sa planning ulit to consider yung mga new developments in the system just to address that. So yung Agile, instead of dire-diretso pag linear, eto pabalik-balik o paikot-ikot. Parang parang patalon-talon rather. Pwedeng ganun, yung Agile. Okay, so sabi dito, in recent years, more focus has been given to the soft skills rather than hard skills. So pag sinabi natin hard skills, more of the technical skills, di ba? So yung technical knowledge na alam natin with that area. But when we talk about soft skills, mas importante talaga ito pagdating sa project management. Why? Imagine nyo, di ba, nung research project nyo, may kailangan ng leader. Kailangan talaga ng teamwork. Kailangan talaga ng constant communication for the research project to be finished. So, ganoon din yung mangyayari sa inyo pag nag-research kayo ngayon. In reality, sa talaga, sa corporate, crucial talaga yung mga attributes ng leadership. Of course, kung magaling ang project manager mo, magaling siya magmando ng tao. Alam niyo kung paano paggalawin ng tao. Second, kailangan ng communication or effective communication. So, dapat kung may problema, i-escalate na, i-raise na, para nagiging, para na-address na, rather than, raising it late na. Then of course, importante rin to, lagi teamwork. So, kung paano kung lagi nag-aaway yung team members, di ba? So, mahirap. So, kailangan talaga ng teamwork para matapos yung project. Kung ang teamwork, wala, di ba, sa research project, di ba, ano nangyayari sa research paper, di ba? Matakot-takot yung magiging result. Okay? So, yun. And with that ends our discussion for today. So, we'll continue with this in Thursday. So, do you have any questions? Wala? Clear naman so far? Okay. So, kung walang tanong, thank you. Ingat kayo. 8:31 naman, 1 minute late. Thank you. Medyo technical na yung mga susunod, ha? Kapi kayo, ha? Para kabahan kayo. Okay, sige. Uwi na. Joke lang.